let me see, because I have here, today is not Alejandro with us. Yes, because it's the birthday of his daughter. And it's the 18th. So today is the day that he's going to put her suitcases in the door. Say, get out of here.
Maletas en la puerta, something like that.
Las maletas en la puerta. Adiós, hija, ha sido un placer. And good luck.
Welcome to the wall.
Yeah. Ay. Bueno, empezamos a tener. I don't know, Volko, if you can see the comments of the people.
Let's see. Yes, I can.
Okay, that's right. Because perhaps there are a lot of people that they want to salute you.
I see.
Chicos,
David Riosalido
la sorpresa
already.
que os decía es esta. Resulta que nos hemos encontrado por el camino a Volko Rhunke y ha tenido a bien pues visitarnos. Con lo cual vamos a hacer un ratito en inglés y después el programa va a seguir siendo en español porque, en fin, be careful, Volko, 90% I think Spanish audience. Bueno, pues me alegro un montón que esté Volko con nosotros, por supuesto. Esto es gracias a Albert, que tiene mucha mano.
No. Es gracias a Volko porque ha venido. O sea,
sí,
dije,
efectivamente.
Está, sí.
Desde Volko, are you from Virginia? Lynchburg? No.
No, Northern Virginia, and right now I am in Williamsburg.
Williamsburg. Okay, Williamsburg, Virginia. So, David Riosalido is telling that, yes, we missed you at the Bellota. We missed you a lot this year.
Yeah.
It were a very, very, very good event. I will send you a couple of videos only.
Thank you.
Well, the Stuka Joe's videos are great.
Yeah,
to make a general idea.
I also read and heard a lot about it from Mark Greenwald, one of our other Levian campaign designers who was there. So I've got some, just enough to be sad for me.
Yeah. Yes, I think that next year you are going to come with 2 years. ¿Cómo se dice? Con ganas de 2 años, Albert.
Hostia, con ganas no lo sé, tío.
Okay. With 2-year impulse. So
hopefully next I'll come with some actually produced games, because I am embarrassed I couldn't bring Almoravid already in January.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I think that Almoravid, I have a couple of questions for you about Almoravid. And, well, we know that you have a limited amount of time to give us. So if you want, let me ask you about Almoravid, one of your... Yes, we are talking about it during 2 years, but I think that there... we are going to wait only some months to have it in our hands, I think.
Yes.
I don't know if you have better news than mine about the production of Almoravid in GMT.
Yeah, not better news, but more precise.
Yeah.
More exact. Because it's not better, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So we know where it is. It is printed and packed, and it is loaded on a ship, and the ship is moving closer to Spain right now. Unfortunately,
and the pirates in the islands are threatening our Almoravid.
Yes, well, it would be great if it was in the Caribbean, but the news is not that good. It's in the Pacific, so it's on the other side of the world, and it's headed for California. Okay. So we expect It will be in GMT's warehouse in California in April. And then I hope they quickly start to ship it out. And of course, the first shipment, wherever it is in the world, the first shipment goes to P500 pre-orders, wherever they are.
Okay, so P500, we can expect it for May or June?
I hope not June. No, it has to be May. I will be in Europe in May, in late May, in Italy, in Modena play, and I hope to have Almoravid there. And we will have an online Levian campaign fest on the 4th of June. And if we don't have at least some people already getting Almoravid by then I will be very disappointed.
Yeah.
So, but it's been a long journey, unfortunately, and the lesson is when you do any kind of operations, you have to have transport and provender. It's all about supply. Yeah. You can be a great general, but you have to move things from here to there. That's the big problem.
Yes, I think somebody told me that your games are about that. So
yes,
moving things and from here to there.
From here to there.
Not war game at all.
Yeah, but that's what it is in board game production too. It's the design, the research, the art, that's all one thing. But the big problem is getting it from here to there.
Yes, someone said that, the Levian campaign, yes, I think that is like Agricola, but with some battles.
Yes. Yes. So all you Agricola fans, in Spain, you should buy Almoravid because it's like that with battles.
Yes, and some battles. Okay, great. Okay, Volko, let me ask you something about the Levian campaign system. Because we have a temporal difference of nearly 2 centuries between Nevsky on century 13 and Almoravid on the 11th century, and nearly other 2 with the conflict of the 100-Year Wars. Very nearly the 15th century. Where is the limit of
where's the
campaign system to work properly? Firepower, artillery, rocket planes, spaceships.
Right. So you could run a game company, because when I first showed Nevsky to Gene Billingsley of GMT Games, he asked me exactly the same question. And the way he asked me the question was, could you use this system for Rommel in the desert? And I said, Gene, you don't understand. He was trying to get me to think of that in the beginning, even what we named the series, because I originally named it Medieval Warfare Series or something like that. So the basic elements that are there now are limited time that troops serve. That's an important part, the service limit, that you don't get army or soldiers forever. You get them for a certain time, and if you treat them well, it's longer, and if you treat them badly, it's shorter. So that's something that isn't true of all wars and all times, but is true of a lot of wars and times. And so that's one question. The next question is the command and control system vague, unreliable, poor communications, because we have the command cards that are trying to show you have to gather your people together in the beginning of a time, a season or whatever, and a campaign, and say, well, here's more or less what we're going to do. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. And that's represented very abstractly, but is represented by the command cards, right? Yeah. That can be true in a number of different situations. It's certainly true if you don't have radios. So that's pretty easy, right? And then the idea of Levy itself, that you don't just get all your forces and they're ready to go. You have particular leaders maybe, or formations, armies, something that has to spend time gathering people and specialists and equipment, carts, mules together to make an army, right? And that there are choices there. So if you have those three elements, I think you can borrow a lot from what is in Levy and Campaign now usefully. And so people have thought about, are there situations in the American Civil War where that is true? What about the 18th century? Albert is thinking through musket and pike, shot and pike, like the 30 Years' War.
30 Years' War, yeah.
The 30 Years' War, for example. In Nevsky and in Almoravid, it's a lot about the feudal system, but the feudal system was a way to start an army, but very often, pretty soon, you needed money too. So money is there. Yeah. Even in the 11th century, gold dinars are very important, as Albert explained to me as the researcher for Almoravid, are very, very important to run a war. You need gold dinars, right? In this case. Okay, so we already have, in effect, kind of mercenaries all over the place. And even if you're a noble, for a certain time, you have a certain obligation to your king. But at a certain point, you're like, well, if you want me to fight even longer, give me something, maybe land, maybe money, right? So if we think about the 30 Years' War, there's lots of that, mercenaries and limited service and troops who raised, each colonel might raise his own whatever, tercio or whatever it is, right? Yeah. And his own, group, his own column. And if he didn't think you were paying him enough, he's gone, right? So I think Levy and Campaign would work for that. So I think we don't know yet what the boundaries are of useful application. And I have to be careful answering that question because I did another series called the Coin Series. And at first I thought modern guerrilla warfare, that's it. Yeah. But, I ended up co-designing Caesar in Gaul. So we don't know.
Okay. Yeah, so you confirm that Levy and Campaign is, or Almoravid, is like Agricola with battles.
Yes, I confirm that.
Thank you very much. Okay, and the last question. I don't want to ask you who loves you more, mommy or daddy, but what is your favorite medieval conflict, even if there is not a scenario of Levy and Campaign system? And be careful because all the audience, I mean, is
yes. So we have so many stories that we're telling in Levy and Campaign games that many designers are working on right now, and one day will be to market. And so I started with a story I was most interested in, Nevsky and the Teutonic Knights. My father's family is from there, so it had a connection.
I know.
But now it's what you want what you cannot have, right? So what is the game that I don't right now have the time to design? And it's Longshanks. It's the English in Scotland. So I have that still in my system, and I've visited Scotland and I've gone to these places, these castles and these battlefields, the Lochs, the Highlands, and Edinburgh. And so right now I have to say, the one I'm still like, I have to have, right, is Scotland.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Por ser tan honrado. To be so honest. It will be a very good moment to say, oh yes, the Spanish medieval warfare is the best of them. But yes, I agree with you. But it's very interesting. The Scottish English wars along centuries.
Yeah. Well, right now, as you may know, I'm very deep in Italy. 13th century Tuscany. And I have had an absolute blast spending, as you mentioned, it's more than 2 years in 11th century Spain with Albert and with many of you. And so that's, that's right here. Absolutely. But we long for what we cannot possess.
Okay. Thank you very much, Volko.
So I will let you go so your fans can enjoy Albert. I just want to say quickly my thanks here to Albert, because if you have any interest in Almoravid out there, it would not exist without him. And I don't mean only because of all the work that he did as the researcher and writer of the historical materials for the game, which is huge amount of work. When you get it, you will be amazed how much work Albert did for something that is not actually his job. But it wouldn't even exist at all, because the whole idea for it came out of his contact with me, and so I owe him a great debt. And he taught me Vale, which is really a good skill, which I heard many times. So I want to say that, but I should say, if you like Almoravid, then if you don't like Almoravid, then it's my fault. Okay, so thank you so much.
Okay,
I need to go.
any words in Spanish? Because I think that in 2 years you have been learning some Spanish words. Please, Volko.
Oh gosh, we always say comemos una banana mañana. We could say, but
great message. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Volko, and I wish all the best for Almoravid and all the Levian campaign series, because all we know that he's is going to be a great success. I know. We've been making a program with Paco Gradaille and his Plantagenet.
Okay.
Everybody talks wonders about Lauria.
Yes.
Everybody talks wonders about all these systems. So it's going to be a great hit, like Litecoin was, I think.
Well,
so
thank you.
I'm very happy with that.
we shall see. Vale.
Okay. Thank you very much, Volko.
Adiós.
Adiós.
See you,
Un
Volko.
abrazo.